the meantime, welcome guys. Game number 1, like I was saying. We have Lucho playing in blue as the Hindustanis. Guki is playing in red as the Berbers on Kilimanjaro. This is game number 1. You guys remember how it goes with the map. You have a hill here that's actually quite weird. You see, this line of trees is kind of going too deep into the hill. For instance, you can't even fit a castle here. It's kind of like having two hills, honestly. Don't think yeah, I've seen that before. I don't know. Fishboom maybe? Yes, no? No? Okay. Lucha is playing in blue as the Hindustanis. Guki is playing in red as Berbers. Like I said, Berbers have been seen before on this map and they performed quite majestic. I do like Guki's map. So she has all of those wood lines that can be protected if you choose to wall. Maybe from the edge of the map with that pond, from the pond to the TCE. No, wait, but if you're... Oh, actually, you are securing gold and stone in the back. And then continue from this house in front of the berries with the other lake. And here, you can secure 3 wood lines, gold, stone. Yeah, you're Gucci. Same good wood lines in the back for Lucho as well. He could close this in between the lakes and then with the TC as well. And then probably buildings in front of both of their TCs. She has an extra patch of gold and stone right in front of her TC, which is kind of the same for Lucho, if I'm looking at this. Bears in the back as well. Yeah, I think overall I slightly prefer Lucho's map. Just... Wait a second, actually. He doesn't have back resources. Is he missing a pile of gold, guys? Well, I'm guessing it's this one, but look how far away that is. Wait, I mean, no. She has this one here as well. Wait a second. I mean, I know I'm casting this as recorded games, but... Wait a second. I want to post this in the map feedback. That's why... That's what I was saying. Sorry about that. Danny about to get game 1 invalidated. I mean, Lucho's map is pretty bad. I would say all the resources forward. Guki can just wall, keeping those protected. Anyway, both of them are getting loom. Guki's up to the next stage. No mill. Is she gonna go straight up archers? Mill on the berries instead of the shorefish. I don't like that too much. Yeah, usually you see the people going on shorefish since it's the faster food income. And it's about what? 400? Yeah, 400 fast food when you're going scouts matters a lot. Berries taste better than fish. I agree with you, but not in this game, unfortunately. She's about to get her sheep stolen as well, I feel like. Graga, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Hope you had a good stream. Hey, Dan. Okay. There's a barracks going up from Lucho. Kind of late, but yeah, Guki's up slightly faster. Her barracks is not up yet either. She's missing the wood right now. There it is. Yeah, I don't like, not a big fan of that position. Could be in front of the stone next to the barracks, but you know, it is what it is. No walls yet for either of these two. There's a Sable going up. Now you have cheaper stable units with Berbers starting in Castle Age, if I'm not mistaken, or... Yeah, that surely doesn't apply to Feudal Age. Yeah. No, minus 15 in Castle, 20 in Imperial Age. However, Hindustani Scouts do have that attack bonus against the buildings that starts in Feudal. So can be quite powerful since this map requires a lot of walling. A lot of palisade walls. You can even have over chops in these wood lines. I hate those wood lines so much. Guki is walling exactly like I said, but I really don't like giving up those two shorefish with so much food. Archer range going up. Also, when I was giving my map feedback in that channel, I had to close my eyes because Lucho apparently just a message just happened on my series against Guki on Acropolis, and apparently there's going to be another bug there as well. I think he's watching the recorded games back, and I think he found something else. I didn't read what it was, but yeah, I'll have to check that when we're gonna see Acropolis. So archers as well from Lucho. See, I think Lucho and Prisma are practicing together a lot. I feel like their game style is very similar. Scout into archer seems to be quite a powerful comp on this map as well. You can be quite aggressive. You can stop people from, you know, just rewalling and all that. This is not live. This was played in exact same time Ganji versus Tone Please was played. That's why it was casted by T West and Ornlu. They co-casted, I think. So I did say that I'm going to be covering this as recorded games afterwards. Yeah, have a couple of archers. Guki's spears are going to be useless. Well, spear. It's already low HP. Poor thing. She has a lot of scouts. But Lucho has more on the field right now. She stopped investing as well. Poor Scholar, but no double B text. Resources collected. Guess what? Lucho has more. Because he took the fish first. And that's 400 food down the drain. I can't get over this. There's double bit. She's going on to gold. Scout still be hoovering. Scout still be hoovering. Yeah, so this is where Guki could start being in a pickle, right? I mean, you have all of this walling with corners. If you have a corner like this, that means the Hindustani scouts can surround that corner better. Like you see, this wall is being hit by maximum 3 units. If you go on the corner, you could fit like 4 or 5 scouts to attack that, and you have the archers behind. But Lucho's actually gonna go on a hill to defend his reinforcements that he's gonna lose anyway. Yeah, I think going back to the hill was a mistake. Look at that HP off of the building. It's absolutely crazy. Okay. 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 It's trying to go back to the hill. Is it in TC range? What is? Sorry, I was focusing on something else. I was trying to see if someone answered that. That's a great fight for Lucho, I think. Guki's gonna lose everything. She was taking that fight downhill before forging came in, and the archers are still doing so much damage. Now Guki is left with 3 military units, 2 scouts and 1 spear. That's low HP and it's forward anyway. And she's stuck in feudal age. While... No, it's not in the range of the TC. I mean, if that is in the range of the TC, this would have been in the range of the TC as well. And that's actually further away, since this is a diagonal and this is, you know, perpendicular. Geometry and all of that. Pythagoras rolling in his grave, Soxy, because of that question. Oh... We're gonna have so many light calves. And guess what? I would like to see a monastery to heal them up. I would definitely like to see them healing up and not dying to 3 scouts from Guki. She's going up as well. Didn't even point out the correct wall, but okay. I thought you were talking about this one. I was triggered by this. I was saying that this wall would have... True, I didn't point out the correct wall. What the hell was I talking? I think I was pointing out this. Ah, I see what you did. My bad, my bad. Pythagoras is chilling in his grave now. Where's Lucho going? To put a TC on stone. He wants Gulams out, I guess. As much of a counter unit as it gets against camel archers. Why not? Why not? Second stable. Is Guki gonna go full into cheap Berber camels here? I'm guessing that could be an option for sure. But Lucho has better camels. 20% faster attacking camels. With still a lot of bonus on them against the buildings. Very good eco. Resource collected in favor of Lucho, but the difference is not that big. Especially since Guki is going to save so many resources on her cheap units in Castle Age. She's getting +2 armor thing that I don't like when you're fighting other camels. I would have prioritized +2 attack. But I think she was scared of Lucho going more heavy into crossbows. However, no bodkin arrow, no crossbow upgrade yet. She's also trying to go for a very aggressive siege workshop forward. But you see, it's... Blind archer response. Yeah. She just gets both. True. And now with +2, those camels will be able to afford... No, not to afford. To afford to dive, I guess, under TCs. I was gonna comment on that foundation of the siege workshop. I thought Guki is just going to wait to win the fight before going it and putting it forward. However... She was missing some timing to put an extra TC, but that's exactly what she did. Deleted it and put down a TC instead until she gets control over the hill. While she is on the hill and all of that, then she can go forward with a siege workshop and with aggression from the top of the hill. Okay. Also, there's this scout that is getting into Guki's base. He will know exactly what's up. What's she up to? She's just booming. Has a couple of camels. Good fight for Guki if Lucho decides to take it. Lucho, however, backs this up with 2 monks. She has a couple of them coming up. Well, a couple. She has 1, but I assume more should come forward here. This is your regular knights versus knights plus monks behind, but with camels. Yeah, I think I would prefer more monks rather than a siege workshop. That monk is going to be sniped. However, he did get a conversion in. Guki is on top of the hill with better upgrades. Lucho is taking that fight. Hindustani's camels 20% more attack. However, it's not going to be enough. And he's being pushed back. And now she has a siege workshop. I would like another monk to heal all of those camels up. Hey, T90, thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. Hope you had a good stream. Was casting Ganji as well. And now we are casting Lucho versus Guki. It was happening in the same time. So I wasn't able to catch up with the set. Because T90 was casting the same set that I was. You guys probably don't know well, I don't know if you know the results or not. You probably know it from Wikipedia if you wanted to check, but you definitely didn't see the games. Also, TOS and Onlu casted them. So, yeah, please, no spoilers. I don't know anything about the results, and I would like to keep it that way. I find it a bit meh to cast it when I already know the result. So, yeah. Sit back, enjoy the games. And you already announced it. No spoilers. No spoilers. No spoilers. Okay, but that's fine. I think the games are still going to be great. They're, in my opinion, quite close in skill. Definitely in tournament experience. Both of these two players. I'm not sure actually if Lucho played last year, but I will just assume he didn't because he's quite new to the scene as well. Also, I feel like this is the battle of the probably youngest participants. Guki's like 16 and Lucho is 18. So, yeah. I think it's going to be quite fun to watch. However, this is a ballsy castle. If it goes up, it protects the entrance of Lucho's base. But that's a mangonel there. There's 2 scorpions. There's monks. And Hindustanis. Not sure if they can hold against this. Those camels attack faster, but Guki's camels have better upgrades. And they're fighting from a hill. Not enough villagers there either. There's only 9 of them, and they're lining up perfectly for a scorpion attack. Good job from Lucho trying to take the higher ground. He does have more camels as well. A couple of them are diving for the siege. But Guki's still gonna clear this up. And this castle, not sure if it's gonna go up. 95, 6, 8, 9, it's up. Oh my god, limit of the limit of the limit. And Lucho, having cheaper vills, was not very idle behind all of this. Well, as I'm saying that, he has 3 times the idle TC time of Guki, but Guki was only on 2 TCs. Second TC was added later on as well, but now she's putting the 3rd one, so I wouldn't be too surprised. I wouldn't be too surprised to see her just getting... Oh, never mind. Actually, I missed this. He's on 3 TCs. Okay. 77 eco to 72. Same amount of military. It's just so easy for Guki to mass back those camels. I feel like for Berbers, it's rarely when you you take a bad fight. Since it's so easy to just replace your camels altogether. Lucho is trying to take back control over this side of the hill. Also, like I said, the map scripting is a tiny bit more weird than usual. I feel like you basically have 2 hills here instead of 1, just because that line of tree kind of goes into the hill. Yeah, I mean, Guki has control over this side. And that's gonna be great. She's getting all the Castle Age eco upgrades. Lucho's missing Heavy Plow. He does have Wheelbarrow, however. Only that, no handcart. Yeah, Guki's resources collected is behind right now. However, I do expect her to take a lead anytime soon. Lucho has resources for a castle. Now, will that be here in defense? Or will Lucho just risk something and go super forward? I think that would be probably a mistake. I would like that castle to be in defense next to ATC. Also ensuring at least not a disadvantage in the future Trev War. That will most likely happen. Lucho now is getting the top upgrades on the camels, and he has more numbers. Camel archers, however, will be able to do the trick. And by doing the trick, I mean just get a couple more attacks on and helping the fights that these two are about to get. There's a couple of monks there from Lucho as well. I feel like Guki kind of wants to take that fight, but she's a bit uncertain. She will have to abandon that gold now and fall back to, well, this? Can she go there though? Guys, by the way, you probably were not here at the beginning of the cast, but I will just pause for a second to explain what I was... I did put this into the map feedback as well. I'm not sure how it's supposed to be, but Lucho had a gold forward. I think it was here. And, well, 2 stones. This one and this one. He only had 1 gold, while Guki had a gold here and a gold here. So there were... And she has this one here as well. I thought this one is supposed to be the second gold for Lucho, but she does have this one to fall back to as well. So, yeah, it was a bit of an unfair generation there for Lucho. Glady, thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate it. Hope you had a good stream. Welcome, guys. We are in game number 1 in the set between Lucho and Guki. They're fighting in the TTL Gold League. This was played a couple of hours ago, and I'm casting this as recorded game. So please, if you know anything about the results of this game, yeah, please don't spoil the results. We have Imperial Age on the way from Lucho, while Guki hasn't clicked up yet. For some reason, she has the resources for so long. Yeah, she just clicked up while she's left with almost 800 resources in the bank. I don't like that. But maybe she will make up for it. She's trying to get a couple of raids in here and there. Still producing camels. I like that a lot, since her camels are going to be even more cheap in the Imperial Age. However, Hindustanis do have access not just to heavy camel upgrade, but to Imperial camel as well. And I feel like that's something that Berbers will struggle to deal with, because yeah, you do have camel archers, but only a couple of them on the field. You only have 1 castle, second one on the way. This castle will be forced into a trap war between these two, so this castle cannot produce camel archers. And, well, you need a mass of them. You need to micro them at all time. It's going to be difficult. And, well, other than a huge mass of camel archers, I don't see Berbers dealing with Imperial Camel, since Berbers don't have access to Halberdier. I also think adding pikemen would be wrong. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think if you are stuck in a position when you're forced to make Berber spikes, I think that game is over from beforehand. Okay, there's Heavy Camel in the queue, and the last armor upgrade for both of them. Lucho is still missing the +2 attack. Better eco upgrades for Guki as well. Conscription. Conscription is an upgrade that takes way too long, in my honest opinion. Some of these camels need a monk. I do like that Guki is producing traps from both of those castles. Never mind. She was only producing from this one. 52 heavy camels versus 67 from Lucho. But, again, better upgrades. An extra attack and a blast furnace on the way, but Imperial Camel Rider is there. And we don't have any of the unique tech. Maghrebi camels will allow all of those camels to regenerate. And could be an option, however, I don't know, once Imperial Camel is on the way, this can get pretty ugly. I do like that Guki is forcing a fight before Imperial Camel is in. However, if you lose this fight, this will snowball like there's no tomorrow. The snowball effect will be quite ugly. There's fletching on both of those castles. Lucho, however, is out of gold, is out of stone to buy more. Is not really an option. I feel like Guki should bring some of those camels back. Imperial Camel is in, and they're just clean house right now. Even without those two attack upgrades that Arbis was talking about, GG is called. And that was game number 1. Game number 1 is going to Lucho. Props to Guki though, she played really well until this point. I just feel like in Imperial Age, Berbers fall behind Hindustanis. If there's no situation where, you know, you get the chance to mass at least 20 camel archers behind all of those heavy camels. Missing gold pile, let's re. Well, Lucho missed the gold pile and he still won the game, so yeah. Early game, I feel like it was quite even. However, I didn't like the fact that Guki didn't go for the shorefish. That's, I don't know, giving up 400 food in the early game when it's the most important, when food is the most important resource. It's definitely a mistake. But I think she's probably not too upset with the way she played. I feel like to some extent, or from a point on, we are talking about the civ disadvantage for Berbers. Now she's gonna go to her home map. And her home map is actually going to be Ravines. I've seen her play on this map before versus Vivi. If I'm not mistaken, I don't remember if it was her home map as well, or she just, or was it game number 1 map? I don't remember, but she did well. You're just mad that she didn't put a dock in that pond. If there's someone that I expected to put a dock in that pond, it was Ganji, and he disappointed me deeply. It's just the sad truth. Yeah. Okay. We are going to have game 2, and like I was saying, we saw Tatars being picked, and we talked about Tatars being picked earlier when we were spectating another set. We're talking about the pros and the cons, and let's see what's gonna happen because Tatars are being picked by Guki on her home map, first pick as well. Khmer for Lucho. So I'm curious what this is all going to be about. I have you have ravines, the map where you start on these hills with resources close by. However, no wood to gather wood. You will have to go behind your base to these better wood lines. You only have a couple of stragglers next to your TC, but you have a lot of food. You have herdables, plenty of deer to push to the TC, 2 patches of berries, 2 golds and 2 stones. I do like Guki's stones are kind of in the back of her TC. Has a solid gold pile as well, and the one to the side, but one of the berry bushes is forward. Now, this compared to Lucho's map, Lucho has kind of equal gold, stone. A stone is forward, so a tiny bit of a worse position for him, but yeah, better gold position, worse berry position, I would say. No, that's equal. Never mind. How could they wall here? It's a bit tricky because you kind of want to push all the deer before scouting around your TC or around this crater. So yeah, I really like how Lucho is using all those pigs to scout. Thing that I don't see from Guki. Look at her scouting. And now look at Lucho scouting. Lucho is scouting all of those woodlines. He will probably wall between these two. He needs to scout this or this. And then with those houses. And on this side, there's such a big woodline here. He can wall between these two and now from here to the gold or in front of the gold or somehow. And he's securing so many resources that way. Now, other than that, you have random, you know, gold and stone positions on the map. What we've seen so far is heavy aggression in Feudal Age, in Castle Age. Probably a scouts into, well, knights slash camels or step lancers from Tatars. Why not? Khmer could be a tiny bit more aggressive since they can put less vills on wood, more vills on food. You can go up faster. And then you only need to make a stable. Now, the disadvantage is that skipping the barracks, you won't have spears for protection. And that could prove to be quite the pickle. Super aggressive build, 18 pop up. We've seen this with other civs though as well. I like how Guki is walling. She has a pretty big woodline here. Did she scout the... She didn't scout here. She probably will. And on this side, she could wall with these 2 woodlines as well. Securing quite a lot of resources there. Lucho is actually not going to wall. We're going full aggression. I don't think that's wise because Guki really likes to play aggressive as well. And this is her home map. She probably has a pretty solid strat put together. Thank you so much for all the follows, guys. Really appreciate you. I've been casting most of the TTL Gold League sets. I think I only missed 1 so far. And I do intend to keep my promise and cast the remaining ones too. I know Platinum League starts on Friday. And the other casters will probably be more busy during the weekends with casting Platinum League. I will cover some of the Platinum League as well when there's no gold, but I will prioritize gold. So if you guys are hooked and interested into these games, make sure you follow the channel so you get the notification when I'm going live with TTL Gold League. Archer range actually from Lucho is moving on to gold now, and we are going to see a couple of archers. No, Guki's putting down a barracks as well. Even if she will open scouts, she can always add in an archer range and a couple of skirms in defense because, oh no, she doesn't know she's opening straight up spearmen. She is expecting the scouts opening from Lucho, and like I said, most of the players actually went into stable units. Oh no, that drill was shifted a bit too early. Okay, he's finishing the house. Scouting, hurting Guki 2 games in a row. I agree with that. She doesn't know now. There's a lot of resources invested into 2 spears that are not even gonna protect the wall. Did she put down a stable? She didn't. So she's going on to gold. She's going to open straight up an archer range of her own, thinking that she has spears to defend from potential scouts. The Gold League is pretty fun as the games are more diverse, as they don't play perfect like the top players. You know what? I always was of the same opinion. For instance, even when there's a nastier tournament happening, I absolutely love watching the main event and see pro players playing their best games. But to me, personally, the games can become a tiny bit stale watching the same civs on same maps, same gameplay, since it's, you know, the meta gameplay. It can become a bit stale, so I honestly enjoy the qualifiers for the main event more than the main event itself. And there's also so many upsets, so many crazy strats. You know, there's only going to be 4 places, 4 people qualified. People are, you know, going a bit more all in the earlier stages of the qualifier. So you can see this crazy strats and crazy plays. 1000% prefer qualifiers usually. Yeah, same. I swear. There's the archer range for Guki. And now Lucho is massing some... Oh, she's going to open straight up scrims. Not even minding that. She saves the gold. She has good eco upgrades as well. Has horse collar. So does Lucho. With Khmer, you probably want that as well. Since you're going to go through the farms quickly, since you don't have to drop the food anywhere. So you're saving a lot in terms of travel time. So you would want your farms to last longer. It's also the only time we get to see Doubt. Poor Doubt. Well, lately... seems to be the only time where we see Doubt is doing qualifiers. Doubt actually catching strays here. I like Lucho walls better. I feel like a lot of that is due to the wall placement as well. If Guki would go for similar walls, she would have to walk from here to these wood lines, which are further away from this edge compared to Lucho. Lucho's wood line is literally 1 tile from the edge. So where do you put the limit, you know? Where do you not find yourself walling in the middle of the map? In, like, you know, walls that you cannot defend is no bueno. If you tilt your head 90 degrees, Lucho's base looks like a person with long hair. I don't see it. I don't see it. Castle Age on the queue, though. Castle Age in the queue. We have 13 archers just waiting for Botkin Arrow and crossbow upgrade. I'm squinting. I still can't see it. Can you see it? Friendly archers. Friendly. Friendly. However, 3 archer ranges, and oh boy, how we're gonna see some Tatar CA. Tatar CA with insta thumb ring. Guki has 0 military, guys. This could be scary. Yeah, she's waiting for C8. But this might hurt her. She might die. No CA in production either. No Botkin Arrow can be afforded so far. Cut in the back. No. She still has a wall. A tree. But the Mangonel will push those back. Especially Vils just going up and down. They can get away with Lucho not having ballistics. He's going for the second TC instead, which I think is the right choice. And I jinxed her. One villager does indeed go down. Nice Mangonel shot. And that Mangonel will be good enough to keep those crossbows away for the time being. Nice shot. She took a lot of the crossbows and a lot of HP off of the remaining ones. She should, however, close down. Yeah, I like that. We're at 5 CA and massing a couple more. No villagers in the queue, though. Idle TC increasing. Hard to afford all of those upgrades, and well, both saw Botkin Arrow, constant creation of villagers with only 5 farmers, but she did go back. I don't like the delete in the wall, however, I'm guessing she just wanted that Mangonel out. Yeah, Guki is a girl. Is she the best female player currently? I think she gained that title after winning the set in Queens of Clash, the female tournament, against Gabi. But Gabi improved a lot ever since as well, so I don't know. I think I will talk to them to organize a show match shortly between the two of them. I think that would be a nice show match to watch. I'll have to put that together soon. Okay, Lucho has a Siege Workshop and Mangonels of his own. He is putting down a 30 C as well. Nice. They traded the Mangonel 1 for 1. 30 C going up on the hill for Lucho as well, and a university on the way, probably for ballistics. Well, that would put Lucho in both an economy and military advantage. Honestly, I think he's already there, but with ballistics, he could micro so much better against those CA, and would probably snipe a lot of villagers in a potential raiding party. We can call it TTL Diamond. Ooh. I like that. I like that idea. A lot. Okay, some attack rounds were tried there. Guki even has the first armor on the CA, and while I'm saying that, I realized that Lucho just got the second one. Yeah, so better upgrades, but you know, weaker army just because of the less HP on the unit and the mobility. However, getting very good engagements against those CA and snipes the mangonel too. Are CA OP? Well, if they are, people just found out because everyone is using CA like crazy nowadays. We see CA from civs that we didn't even ever imagine that we're gonna see them playing CA. And no, I'm not talking about Bohemians or Meso civs before any of you make that joke. I'm talking about Malay CA, Portuguese, Franks, Italian CA. Everyone is just making CA. Georgians healing. Okay, but you see, Georgians healing CA, Persian CA that get Partian tactics. These are civs that you expect them to go CA, you know? I'm talking about, you know, civs like Portuguese versus Franks. And Malay, God forbid. I haven't seen Britain CA in recent weeks. Alright, alright. Here's the market from Lucho. Good eco balance if he only needs the market at this point. Guki has one. Second TC in the meantime, already showed that. And, well, she's going to have to go really heavy into aggression because usually when you're behind in eco, you would have to make up in the military and put a lot of aggression. Oh! Nice. Nice. But when your opponent is ahead in military and ahead in eco as well, that's just too rough of a spot to survive, I feel like. It's going to be tough. And Lucho is going up to Imp. Look at that. Khmer get Arbalesters as well. He's going to get Bracer, Chemistry, Last Armor. He's switching to Elite Skirms, actually. I think Arbalester upgrade will still be worth it on the existing units. But, well, Skirms are just a straight-up counterattack to all this military that Guki has. That's a mangonel on the hill against all those crossbows. I'm a bit concerned. It's going to just try to take it down. This one misses. That's a desperate dive. You have to take desperate engagements here. You have to risk it because you are just so behind. It's something that you have to do. You have to get a lot of damage done. Just a lot of value off of that military. I think she will be very scared of the timing. Now there's a 30C in the middle for Guki, but just went up. And well, she will get hit by the technology advantage from Lucho. Nowhere near clicking up to the next stage. I wouldn't be surprised to see her calling the game when Lucho hits Imperial Age. What was in that outpost? It was an emote. Yes. It was someone looking for I have it as an emote now as well, not just BTTV. Yeah, there it is. Amazing. It is. It is. She is hoping to take a final fight, I guess. Arbalester Bracer chemistry just as expected in the queue. And even if you're fighting Tatars uphill, there's still way more military there. Nice, nice mango micro from her. What's SOL? Side of line? Line of sight? LOS? What's side of line? I think that's what he meant. If he knows about this TC, probably not. Son of Lucho, okay. Yeah, she's going up to getting elite skirms. I don't think you want to be on elite skirms with Tatars. It's not that they're not good or missing upgrades or anything, but it's just slow and not your power unit, I guess. Massive Salvo, thank you for the follow. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Appreciate you being here. Not leaving. Stables coming for Lucho, and he's getting into Hussar upgrade as well. That's going to work great against all the skirm transition Guki is preparing. No, no, no. I don't think there's any chance, really. But, well, if she likes to continue try, why not? I think this is looking really bad. She's at 125 pop, 170 for Lucho. Okay, Tamring. Yeah, Tamring doesn't impact skirms. Massivo salvo. Massive salvo, sorry. It does affect them, but... Well, she had that from Castle Age to begin with. Flaming Camels when? Against Arbalesters? Or against the Hussars? Well, it's very minor, but it's an upgrade that applies to them. So, yeah. Lucho is up 2-0. 44 skirms. Stop overthinking life. Ooh, that would be a good advice. Yeah, that would be a good advice for from Miles. Yeah. It was over for a while. However, I'm not a big fan of calling the GGs early. She did the best she could in this situation, I feel like. Yeah. Usually defending in late feudal age is only helpful if you're going to go into a very, very strong unit in Castle Age. A unit that can deal with a mass of a feudal age army. And I feel like CA is not that unit. Especially when you only have like 5 or 6 farms. You still need to think about the upgrades that you're gonna get, about Botkin Arrow. Then investing the wood into that siege workshop to defend. It was bad. Losing all her army before that was bad as well. Getting a couple of eco sniped too. It was the moment that put her behind the most, I feel like. She completely... Oh, wait, I put... Never mind, guys, I'm sorry. I put the win for Guki last time. Previous game. Okay. That was also Hindustani won against Berbers earlier, and this was Khmer winning against the Tars. So first two sieves for both of them. Last map is going to be Acropolis, Lucho's home map. And what are we gonna see there? I expect Gujaras from Lucho versus Mongols, maybe? Mongols could be. But Gujaras Mongols sounds like a civ win for Gujaras. Obviously, it really depends on the early game. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see. It's going to be Romans versus Mongols. Well, speaking about civ wins, well, this one is totally in favor of Mongols. Oops, my bad. Not this scene. This one. I'm going to. I will. First of all, I will ignore that comment, and maybe I will come back to that comment later on after the cast. Now, I will not let it throw me off of my vibe. Second, I'm going to cast the map feedback channel from TTL because I was telling you guys that I did see Lucho analyzing this back, and he did send two screenshots saying, just happened on my series against Guki on Acropolis. There's one wood line missing near to my base. This is pretty unfair since you have to take wood from the tiny wood lines around your TC and makes your eco way worse than your opponents. One wood line missing near to my base. Let's see which wood line is he talking about. Here, maybe? Or is he talking about here? Oh, yeah, I see that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Also, he's... Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is this? Yeah, this is a bit weird, huh? Yeah, he does seem to have a bit more wood on the well, the elevation that on the hill that he's starting. What's the concern? I mean, the wood line. It feels like Lucho is missing a wood line from here. Coming from StarCraft, any map that's not symmetrical, it's weird. Well, usually there are a couple. Well, I feel like if we're seeing maps that are symmetrical, it's weird for us. Completely symmetrical. Usually we do look for players to have the same amount of resources. Sometimes it does happen for those resources to be unbalanced. Like if I'm looking at Guki's gold, I see 2 golds in the front of her base. Well, kind of similar for Lucho, but this also feels like it's a weird it's a weird generation of the map altogether. Like if you're Lucho right now, you expect Guki to be somewhere here, which is not the case because, well, I mean, the side of her hill is here, which is way closer to what you would initially expect. Yeah, I mean, this woodline for Guki is, you know, it's fine, in my opinion. What? The fact that Lucho is missing this woodline? I feel like it's not. I feel like the woodlines that you start with on the hill are kind of crap. And you will have to expand to these ones. So if these two are getting towered, then what you doing? I don't think it's too unbalanced, but it's definitely advantageous. Well, I feel like he's missing a woodline for sure. Now, it's not as bad as missing a full pile of gold, like last time, like in the last map. But yeah.
Impera.
Okay. So that being said, I see Lucho going 5 people on wood. I know that's a fish boom. He already has a dock up. Fishing ships are being added, which is worth it because that's, I think I checked last time. It's almost 2k. Food there. Hey, last map, someone was missing gold. Not last map. I was wrong. The first map, Kilimanjaro. There was a pile of gold missing. Now, one of the admins answered to me and told me I'll double check the intention in the scripting, but I think players are only guaranteed a 4-tile gold. The 3 tiles are the extra golds. Might be worth considering having an exclusion zone around the TC though. We'll discuss. So basically they both had the main gold, but the Lucho had 1 extra neutral gold and Guki had 2 extra next to her TCs. Next to her TC, sorry.
Prontos.
There's a barrack going up. And did it affect the game significantly? No, Lucho won that game anyway. But still, like, if you're winning, then there's no deal, right? There's no big deal. But if you're losing and then you do take a look back at the map and you see that gold missing, it makes you wonder, what if? Barrack going up. Guki is probably going to open a stable unit since she's Mongols. Not contesting this pond at all. Not necessarily for her to get the remaining food, but to just stop the opponent from fishing. What are these? Okay. She didn't contest fish yesterday either. True. And I don't know. I think players sometimes could miss how important fishing is. No matter if we're talking about shorefish or deep fish in general. I'm talking about shorefish because in game number 1, Guki didn't care about the pond with the 2 shorefish. And that's 400 food that Lucho had. For free. Now we have a couple of spears. A stable was up from Lucho and now that's pumping out a couple of scouts. Lucho has no good wood line in front of his base, so at best he's going to have to go to one of these 2. He did scout at this one. However, a scout... Scouts are about to take down a Vil? No? Yes? Maybe? Oh my god. Okay, a Vil did go down, but those could have been 2 easy kills. I feel like the... Oops. The micro was a bit faulty from Guki. However, she was focused defending from Lucho's aggression as well. 2 lumber camps on the same wood line. Ooh, okay. This might as well be towered by Lucho soon. Scout attack pathing is terrible lately. Well, that's the case with melee units in general, I feel like. Lucho house forever. Yep, 36 seconds at LTC time. That puts him a Vil behind, plus the one that he already lost. He should be 2 Vils. Maybe Guki got Town Watch.
Impera.
She didn't. Oh, it's because of the fishing ships. Never mind. Yeah. And he is actually the one getting town watch. He's about to miss another veil. To lose, sorry.
Prontus.
Okay. Blacksmith is going up. I wonder if he's gonna get forging. Or armor for the spears, since it's affecting them 2 times. Couple of scouts around Guki's base, but no exposed wood lines here. She's taking these good ones, and spears are protecting that as well. Yeah, there's the armor for the spears. However, spears do not have mobility. And I'm not sure how important that armor on the spears will prove to be. Feels like a bit of a waste of 100 food right there. Putting more houses to kind of make a wall. Nice snipe of the scout. Pathing did seem indeed terrible there. She is getting forging. I like that. I wonder if she's going to take a fight against all of this. She definitely shouldn't. Those are Roman spears we're talking about. Even without clicking. Oh! Lucho was trying to get some damage at her woodline, but that...
Salve. Pronto.
3-0, Ico Credito. And those scouts are still alive and kicking.
Salve.
Yep. She has last military, but Lucho just has so many spears. Honestly, an archer range addition from her would be huge. She's moving on to gold, but that might as well be only for... only for going up to the next stage. I missed a completely huge fight here. Lucho is getting the armor on the scouts as well for fully upgraded scouts in Feudal Age. Now, he might be expecting a range addition from her, or maybe he just wants to be able to dive the defensive buildings easier. We're not talking about towers, but we are talking about the TC. And he has 10 scouts, more military right now as well. From Lucho. Guki seems to be taking the better fights though. Lucho keeps splitting his scouts. She's getting armor too. She's getting on a hill right now. She's missing bloodlines, but she does have a couple of hills on gold, like I was saying. So I could see her getting bloodlines instead of clicking up to the next stage. Because, well, she might die to a very big aggression from Lucho. He seems to be committed into going full feudal at this point. Still 4 more scouts in the queue. Nice couple of Vil snipes left and right. We have 4-3. In the meantime, Guki did lose a couple of Vils to the raids here as well. But she does have resources to click up to the next stage. Oh, Lucho is not paying attention to the amount of spears she had at home. And loses a couple of them for nothing. He is stuck in Feudal Age while not having range units on the field as well. So full Feudal with spears and scouts is not something that I completely love, because you can just wall your base from those. And yeah, these woodlines are completely walled. She's walling at the gold as well. Those scouts are getting in, but they have to leave because that's too many spears. And yeah, I mean, -3. She's getting Bloodlines too. She will have Step Lancers available soon. Maybe even 1 or 2 Camels addition to just open up and having the counter unit, the mobile counter unit, right, to the opponent's army. Lucho's getting Bloodlines. He's completely full Feudal Age at this point. But I do like her position more right now. Yeah, Lucho has some idle TC time as well. 41 Vils to 40. And yeah, forever stuck in Feudal Age. Now, even losing some HP off of those scouts, fighting a downhill. And he's about to lose more scouts here. Oh, no. Saved. Light Cav upgrade. Worth it for 8 scouts. There's 2 Camels addition, just like I expected. And it's always worth it. But behind this, she has resources to put down another TC. Well, she has all the spots here. Yeah, a TC there with both woodlines and the gold would be majestic. Lucho did get another kill, but that's not going to be enough. He did just click up to the castle age. More camels are gonna follow here. 19 scouts is scary though. She has the counter units. She has a lot of spears and camels now on the field. While she continuously hoovers that light cavalry around Lucho's base. Lucho still hasn't found a good woodline to move on to. I'm guessing he's waiting for Castle Edge to put down a TC. But he hasn't scouted this gold. Well, maybe he's gonna move on here. Okay, the scouts just found Guki's second TC. That Lycav is going to pick up a couple more vills. Eco KD is 8 to 4. And possibly losing. I think at this point you just trade those Lycavs. Or you leave with them to heal them. Spears are patrolling. She will manage to go around though. Where are Guki's camels? They're just patrolling here. They should be chasing the scouts. Does she have husbandry? Yes, she does. Lycav in for Lucho. Worth it with 20 scouts almost. But those scouts will become slower once they're light cav. And the camels have husbandry. Those will be slower than the camels. Way slower. Is the result of the last game important? Yes, because the number of games won is the most important. And then you have the numbers of sets won. And then you have... I don't remember what was. Every game matters in a round robin format. Yeah, they get 1 point per win, correct. I thought the most important thing was to have fun out there. It is important. 20 bucks per game as well. Let's go! Let's go. Score is getting closer though. Lucho is getting close in pop, however, way less equal. So this is a very, very important thing to compare with the previous game, when I was saying that usually when the opponent is behind, when the opponent is ahead in eco, like Guki is compared to Lucho, you have to have more military on the field. And yes, Lucho has almost double the units right now on the field. However, the last game it was just doomed from Castle Age, from the beginning of Castle Age, Guki having less eco and less military as well. Well, that honestly was a pretty good fight for Lucho as it was. He lost most of the light cavalry. However, now he's stuck with the knights while there's a counter unit on the field and Guki has a solid number of cav archers. However, no attack upgrades on them. Yeah, but Romans gets Romans. Alright. I'll take that. Good awareness from Lucho clicking on those CA and seeing the missing upgrades. They were actually pushing the CA uphill without fletching. They're quite bad. Nice quick walls, however, a knight will still get in, and now it's just way more tricky for those villagers to abandon their position. Guki's got fletching, so now she's dealing with everything as it is. Idle TC climbing for both of them. Lucho, however, only one TC, but knights in the wood line. Wait a second. Cavalry was a mistake. If paired with camels, I don't think it was, because then the pikes can't do anything to you. Lucho should probably start adding scorpions with ballistics right now, behind the knights and pikes. Knights, pikes, and scorpions behind is something that usually pushes back most of the comps. Maybe one CA a little too early, but not a mistake. Maybe. But the transition takes time. And now she has Botkin Arrow Ballistics in the queue as well. She's on 3 TCs. And yeah, you see, now those pikes cannot push back the camels since the CA are there. Ballistics will make a huge difference in them trying to run away from those CA. Camels are coming off to an engage, and nice micro, taking the hill, not forcing anything, she's being patient. Score is heavily in her favor, and I mean, Lucho, after this fight, he will probably know. She decides to take this fight, will lose a lot of camels there in the process, though maybe it was a bit too early. But she will end up taking down everything. +2 is coming in for Lucho. And second TC with the stone. He still doesn't have a TC on a good wood line. I feel like that made him post that feedback in the map pack. In the map channel, sorry. I think he seems to be frustrated with his wood lines the entire game. Map hack channel? No, the map feedback one in the TTL. 30C being added from Guki. I actually thought she was on 3 TCs already. I just noticed that that's the 30C. However, she's still 23 vills ahead. Now we have 9 military to 29. And yeah, Lucho taps out. GG, Guki takes game number 3.